What's going on YouTube? KoD here, bringing you another episode of KoD Talks. I told you I'd probably be switching the schedule up, so they're going to be coming out on Saturdays now. Sorry if you don't like that. It's what I got to do. Fits my work schedule a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get started into it. Today, we're going to be talking about offending people. So, in America recently, you have probably noticed that there has been a big movement to remove the Confederate flag from just about everything. And that's what kind of got the idea rolling around in my head that that's what I wanted to talk about, is because the whole reason that they want to remove the Confederate flag is because it offends somebody. And fuck them. That's my opinion on them. Everything that you do is going to offend somebody. There's no way that you can go through your entire life without offending anybody. You have to, in order for you to be happy in your life, you have to do things that you enjoy. And sometimes that means doing things that others don't enjoy. And that means doing things that others may not agree with. And that's your business. That's what you need to do for you. You can't go through life trying to be a people pleaser. You can't go through life trying to make sure that everything that you do is not offending anybody else and, not hurting anyone's feelings. Because the more that we worry about hurting other people's feelings, and the more that we worry about not offending anybody, the more and more of pussies we're becoming. This country used to, not really give a fuck so much. Now, I'm not saying go out and purposely offend somebody just for the sake of offending them. But, part of what makes this country great is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of press, and, being able to basically do and say as you please, as long as you're not hurting anyone. As long as you're not physically causing harm to someone, then anything you say or do is free game. But recently, in I'd say the last 5 years tops, this country has switched to such political correctness that everything that we do is scrutinized. Every little move that we make, everything that we think or say or do, or however we act, somebody's going to get pissed off about it, and then all of a sudden, we're not allowed to do that anymore. And again, this all started with me, with this whole big controversy that started with the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag has always offended somebody. It always has. Back when it was originally drawn up as a battle flag for the Confederacy against the Union, it offended the Union. And, now it's more of a Southern pride thing. It's a Southern heritage. The Confederacy wanted to secede from the Union. They wanted to become their own separate country. And as America, we wouldn't allow that to happen, which I don't 100% agree with. It wasn't about slavery. It wasn't about the South keeping slaves or anything like that. That's not even why the Civil War started. The Civil War started because the South felt like the North was telling them what to do too much. And, so Southerners still hold that Confederate flag. Some of them do. Not all. But some of them still hold that Confederate flag as a piece of heritage to remind them of when they wanted to be free. Of when they wanted to be free from the tyranny of the North. When they wanted to stop being told what the fuck to do because somebody up north told them to. Somebody hundreds of miles away was telling them what they could and could not do. And again, it had nothing to do with slavery. There were Northerners that owned slaves. There were Southerners that owned slaves. There were Northerners that were against slavery, and there were Southerners that were against slavery. It was more about freedom. And our freedoms are being taken away little by little. And if you haven't noticed that, maybe you should open your eyes. Maybe you should pay attention to what the fuck's going on. Because the more and more we need to be forced to be politically correct, the more and more that we need to be forced to be told what we can and cannot do, the less freedoms that we have. I've went over this before in a previous video, that, America used to be a land of the people, for the people, by the people. And it's not that way anymore. It's more of, America is now, let's not offend anybody, let's keep the peace, let's make sure that everybody's happy, and if you're not happy with the way that the majority wants it, then fuck you. It just makes no sense to me. Alright, so having the Confederate flag offends some people. But being told that you have to take it down and that you can't fly it, being told that manufacturers can't make it anymore, that offends people. So how can you not offend everybody? That's what life is about. Somebody's going to get butthurt over something that you're doing. Somebody's going to get upset over something that you think or something that you do. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There is no reason that is a problem to offend somebody. Because if they don't like it, then they can go the fuck away. It's a big-ass fucking country, and there is plenty of room for people to think one way this way, and think another way this way, and to do something this way, and to do something that way. There's no reason for you to walk on eggshells so that you don't offend somebody, when it's part of life. And if you're constantly being offended, if you are getting upset because of something that somebody says, or something that somebody wears, or something that somebody does, if you are offended by that, suck it up. Get the fuck over it. Stop paying attention to it. If you're offended by the language that I use in this video, stop fucking watching. If you're offended by me walking around wearing a Confederate flag t-shirt, look the other fucking way. If you're offended by the food that I eat, or the clothes that I wear, the way that I talk, the way that I act, the way that I dress, just anything that offends you, you have the ability to turn around, to not look at it, to not pay attention to it. There are so many people in this country. There are, millions upon millions of people in this country. And why are you so concerned over what a few people are doing? Why are you so concerned over if this group of people is doing something that offends you, then hang out with another group of fucking people. Plain and simple. And if you start hanging out with that group of people and they start doing something that offends you, go hang out with another group of fucking people. It's not that hard of a concept. And it kind of ties into the whole online bullying thing too. Like, people on the internet troll. People on the internet talk a lot of shit. People on the internet say a lot of things that piss people off. But you know what? Go to another fucking webpage. It's plain and simple. Watch a different YouTube video. Go to a fucking different link. Stop having that person added as a friend on Facebook. If somebody's bothering you, you have the ability to block that person from your life, whether it be in real life or on the internet. You have the ability to move away. You have the ability to stop paying attention to it. You have the ability to stop feeding into it. Because the more that you feed into someone saying that they're offending you, a lot of people get a kick out of that. Somebody tells me that I'm offending them. If I do not respect that person because I don't know them, I'm going to go even harder with offending them. I'm going to cuss them out more. I'm going to wear things to piss them off even more. Just because I know it's getting under their skin, and that makes me happy. Again, I'm not saying go out and purposely offend someone. But if someone is offended by something that you are just organically doing, something that you're naturally doing because it makes you happy, and it's something, that you like to do, and it's not even that big of a deal, as long as you're not hurting anyone, fuck their feelings. I'm talking about physically hurting someone. If you're hurting someone's feelings, fuck them. If you're physically going out and beating someone, there's a problem with that. If you're physically going out and, bothering someone or harassing someone because they're different than you, yes, there's a problem with that. I don't agree with that. But if you're hurting someone's feelings because you're doing something that makes you happy, fuck them. Do what you do, make yourself happy, and that's all that you can do. That's what this world's about, is making sure that you are happy. You can't go around life wondering about making everyone happy. If you're worried about making everyone happy, you're going to be the one that ends up miserable. But this video is getting ready to wrap up. Leave a like, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if I've ever offended you, because I don't try to offend anyone, but again, I speak my mind and I do what I do. So leave a like, leave a comment below. Make sure you check out Faz's Challenge Faz video every Sunday. KoD Foot Talks will be moving permanently to Saturdays, and I'm still going to have my Minecraft video, KoD Foot Plays Minecraft, on Tuesdays. Until next time, I'm KoD Foot. Later.